Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Resistance. If I seem a little flat, it's because I got COVID and life kind of sucks. Got on the screens around midday, maybe 11:30-ish or something like that today, so it's not particularly crash hot. And either way, we still ended up with a couple of swing trades that we opened and a couple of day trades as well that we're very happy with. It's a little bit shaky today, but, ended up green at the end of the day. So what we have here is DDR. This is a stock that yesterday and over the weekend, someone that I respect very much, who's got decades of experience trading the markets, was like, he's shorting the top here at, I think it was like 1240 or something like that. I think there was like starting to be a MACD crossover of some sort. You guys know me, I don't like shorting highs, especially on a pump consolidate. If this was a 1 minute chart, I'd be long on this all day long. I'd be waiting either for a breakdown or a break up, but most likely a break up. And that's what we ended up with. And I'll just zoom out here. So there's a level here at $13 that we're kind of eyeing off as, just somewhere to look forward to breaking and then hopefully push towards $13.50. So a dollar move would just be sensational on this. We didn't go like big size or anything like that, just a starter really. So just to play it out. And we got it on this, so it broke out to the upside and on the dip as well. So as it came down, just before the pop, 1250, it broke, added again as it came back down to test VWAP. So, not really in the green, but 8 cents doesn't really matter. So we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Vulcan is the favorite one for me today. I'm really keen to see where this one goes. You guys might remember we tried trading Vulcan on this break up here where it started breaking up through $4, and then we cut it before it really did any damage as it broke down here below 4. So we broke even. I think we broke even or broke green on this one, and lucky we did, because wow, look at that absolute sensational tank. What's that? 25% tank, beautiful. So now what we're looking at, if I zoom out to the daily on this one, so we've got a bunch of support levels. There's green trend line, these two white ones. It's basically in a big support zone at the moment. And, we didn't buy just because of that. We'll go through a couple of other things as well. So we have the lithium spot price today. Absolutely stunk to the upside. It was trading at 4.5% for pretty much all our session. And then after our session closed, it went even, it basically doubled and went to 8%. This is the 5-day chart. So you can see just absolute rocket to the upside. And this is the line chart. And we have the daily as well. So you can see red is actually green in China. So it's the other way around. And so green candles are red candles are green. So we can zoom out and see it's actually on the weekly steady. It's rallying and steady to the, towards the upside. Looks healthy. And, so we're basically buying the dip on lithium at this point in time, specifically on Vulcan, because I like the chart the most. Out of all the stocks, it might not be the best lithium stock, but I think it is the best priced and best chart setup at the moment. And we'll take a look at the 15-minute here. So we had yesterday, it did a bit of high volume, trying to close high volume, gap down today, broke to the upside, pull back, and this is where we got it on the way back up, $3 and $3.01 on the way up. And then of course it just looked really nice, just because there was a huge gap between what the price of lithium was versus what it was trading at. So it was down negative, down negative 1.92% for the day. And it's just like, of course this is going to go green at some point. And that's exactly what happened. You can't trade at positive 4.5% on the lithium spot price and then go negative so hard on the actual underlying stock. So what we have here is, a bit of a trend line on the 15-minute. I don't really care too much about trend lines, but some of you guys might see the trend reversal here, and it's popping above resistance as well. So, I like it. It's a good looking chart. It's good, healthy reversal that we've been eyeing off every day for an opportunity. And we got it. Hopefully it starts moving like back here when it hit $3. It bounced quite nice, vertical. Hopefully we get something like that tomorrow. That'll be really good to see. So also we have the lithium ETF. I just want to point out on the daily chart here, it's holding the support level, dipped a little bit below, and we'll see where it gets to. Maybe it gaps up, not gaps up, but maybe it moves another 4.5%. I think that's quite a safe play towards the upside there. If Vulcan doesn't perform tomorrow, if something happens with the lithium ETF, or not just the ETF, but rather the spot price is more important, then it will be a scale out for me. I will target this $2.82, $2.83 level. I'd probably go pretty heavy here with a stop of something like 272, maybe a 4% risk. I think the upside here is sensational. You're looking at like 25% upside for 4% risk. So I would size accordingly for that when I do take the trade, considering that, you know, I don't really like taking more than 2% risk, but I'll just have to size down to factor in the fact that it's going to be about 4% if that happens in the future. So we have PLS as well that we're going to take a look at. This one was down particularly bad. If we bring up the 5-minute chart, it was down like 5%. There's a huge gap between the stock price and the ETF, or rather the lithium spot. I keep calling it an ETF. So yeah, huge upside shot. We caught a little bit of this down move because it did seem like a bit of an overshoot coming off the lows, rallying 7%. I was like, okay, we'll get this short here at 512. The didn't really pan out the way I wanted to. Sort of broke down, then came back up, and I did end up covering around 508, 507 average, and missed out on substantially bigger move. I was sort of targeting VWAP, but it seemed a little bit out of reach. I guess I just couldn't picture the trade actually getting there. And when it did get there, I was like, okay, well, shit. We're heading back to this time of day where it's like the ETF or the spot price is still super healthy, and you know it's coming off, it's down 2.5%. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy this then. So I buy it at VWAP and below VWAP, and then it gets to fucking $5 and does nothing and rolls over, holds this support level, you know, doesn't make lower lows, bounces again. And mind you, I'm in bed at this time as well. I'm just like, I set a stop loss, I went to bed because I was feeling crook from COVID, and then it rolls over and stops me out, and then it fucking rallies. And I ended up getting out of bed out of just sheer fucking rage because I saw that I got stopped out. But what pissed me off was that basically a couple of minutes later it just launches 5 or 6 ticks, and I was just disgusted in the fact that it happened. So we got Vulcan instead. So, you know, Vulcan was a bit slow to recover, and we got Vulcan instead and was just really happy with it. So that makes up for the fact that PLS ended up rallying and then doing nothing. I was actually quite surprised that it ended up just going sideways. So we also call LTR. This one, I don't ever really look at LTR. You know, when I think of lithium stocks, I go to Vulcan, I go to PLS, I go to IGO, but LTR, not really. Like, it just doesn't cross my mind to look at it. And then when someone pointed it out, it's like, holy shit, we got a massive channel. It was trading at around, what was it, like 230 when I spotted it, maybe 245. And it was just in this nice channel, and I ended up seeing something in the order book that was like triggering me to go short. Just heavy sell volumes and a little bit of reloads that I didn't think were going to hold. And, you know, not only that, but we're channeling like, what was it, 12% for the day? Yeah, 12% from bottom to top. It's a bit of an extreme move, and we're sitting at positive 4%. It was just a little bit too much of a move. And just ended up fading it, and thankfully there was, you know, a couple of really strong sell candles that came in. 171.5 was reloading. That was a bit frustrating, especially seeing it reload and then head up to 173, because I had literally a 1 tick above that was my stop. Not a hard stop, but a psychological one. I would have to manually trigger, but it was still concerning seeing that it was still carrying on. And as it came off again, it was just like, okay, let's add 172, 1725, 1715 as it was coming down. So I just kept adding. My target was 168. I thought that was perfectly reasonable to get to 168 to 2.5%. I thought that much of a pullback was definitely reasonable. Ended up covering because we ended up with this, was it this wick here? Yes, I think it was this wick here, where it wicked down on high volume and came right back up. Saw the reloader, and it was just like, you know, there might be an iceberg reload or whatever. I was like, all right, I'll cut some at 170.5, and yeah, took some off 170.5 and held the other 2/3 ish for auction. And yeah, ended up, I guess, lucky. I didn't expect a gap up in auction. I was quite confident in a gap down, so that's what we ended up getting, and it was a nice trade either way. I was happy with it. So a couple of small intraday winners. Yeah, the losses weren't too bad. Ended up green for the day, and the swings are looking really healthy. So, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow, and hopefully it's a good one. Peace.